Ezekiel 14, verses 9 to 10. This one really troubles people. It really troubles. What? No, no. I thought Yahweh wasn't like I love the Quran. No, no, no. This really troubles people. And if the prophet, he's talking about false prophets. If you read Ezekiel 13 and 14, he's talking about false prophets. And if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, Jehovah, have deceived that prophet. No, no, no. Why? Why? I, Jehovah, deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel, and they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. That sure sounds like Calvinism is true. Did you catch it? If the prophet is deceived to deceive people with false prophecies, lies and falsehood, no, I deceived the prophet to deceive them, and then I'm going to punish him for deceiving them, even though I deceived him to deceive them, and I'm going to punish them for believing him. Now, you want to know the answer to this? You want to know the answer to this one? So who deceived the false prophet to deceive the people? Jehovah. So that means Jehovah's like Allah? God forbid such blasphemy. Because now let's explain what it means. Are you ready? Let's explain what it means. No, no. Okay, let's explain what it means. 1 Kings 22, 19 to 23. Now you're going to get the answer, and hopefully it'll blow you away. And by the way, I've done sessions on these already. I've already explained these in the past. Now let's see what it means. 1 Kings 22, 19 to 23. Okay, now read. This is the king of Judah and the king of Israel about to go to battle in Ramoth Gilead. And there are prophets telling the king of Israel, Ahab, go, for Jehovah has given you the victory. Because these were false prophets deceiving Ahab into thinking God had said he'd win. So a true prophet, Micaiah, tells him the true story. Now watch. Micaiah, the true prophet, tells him, the reason why these prophets are telling you God has decreed you're going to win, let me tell you what took place in heaven. Now read with me. 1 Kings 22, 19 to 23. And he said, hear thou, therefore, the word of Jehovah, Yahweh. After this, you can go back to the New King James. I saw Yahweh, Jehovah. See, I said that in heaven you see God visibly, in a visible shape that he assumes, sitting on a throne visibly, so you can behold God and see God. Right? I saw Yahweh, Jehovah, sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. Now pay attention. And he, Jehovah, said, who shall persuade Ahab? Now, by the way, the word persuade is the same Hebrew word deceived in Ezekiel 14, 9 to 10. It's the same Hebrew word, patha. Patha. Some will say patha. It's the same Hebrew word. Who shall persuade, entice, deceive Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. Now watch, does God literally speak deceitful words? Does any deceitful word come out of his mouth? Watch. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Jehovah, Yahweh, and said, I will deceive, entice, induce, persuade him, patha. And Jehovah said unto him, wherewith? How? How are you going to do it? Notice it's not God telling the spirit how to do it. So notice how beautifully written the Bible is. So that you don't think God is the one telling the spirit what to say. He's asking how. Why do you think God is asking? So that blasphemers, Bible perverts, won't say that God taught the spirit what to say. No, the spirit, out of his own volition and free will, came up with this plan. Because what did God say? How? How are you going to do it? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. Bam! That's what it means. God deceived the false prophet. And then what did God say? All right, you shall persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now, therefore, behold, Jehovah had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and Jehovah hath spoken evil concerning thee. Now, what's ironic, Jehovah didn't put any spirit in them. The Spirit himself volunteered and voluntarily came to the prophets and inspired all of them to lie and deceive Ahab. So are you seeing how biblical language works again? God didn't literally take the Spirit and plant that Spirit in all of them. The Spirit volunteered. He stepped forward, volunteered, and he voluntarily went with God's permission. Do you see how deep and rich the Bible is? And then you must read it carefully, handle it with care and reverence, and not just simply gloss over it, or you're going to miss the depth and meat of Scripture and say things of God that are untrue, like Calvinists do with their tulip. Do you get it? Now, here's what's more ironic. You know what's more ironic and shocking? Ahab was actually then told the truth. Micaiah told Ahab, by the way, Ahab, they're all lying to you because an evil spirit has caused all of them to lie to you and deceive you to go to battle, be killed, because the fact of the matter is God has decreed that you're going to have to die for your sin. So he was then told the truth, and Ahab still went to battle and still got killed. Everyone getting it? You see how amazing the Bible is?